Can I use a Chromebook as a SSH workstation? For my work, I develop and run a lot of software on remote clusters. Mostly I'm just using bash/vim over SSH and run only a terminal emulator and web browser locally. I was considering getting a lightweight Chromebook for travel, etc. However, I've never actually used one and don't know anyone who owns one. Does anyone know if a Chromebook would be a suitable option, given the following requirements? Can SSH into a remote machine with fully capable terminal. Can connect to a remote VNC server. Bonus, supports X11 forwarding over SSH. Bonus, has a local terminal emulator that can, for example, run bash and do some basic Linux file system manipulation. As to the last point, I'd prefer if there was a local terminal that allowed me to define aliases, run SSH, etc., as opposed to having a completely separate SSH client like PuTTY. Is the Chromebook right for my use case? Or should I just get a cheapo normal laptop?
The Chromebook can support your use case natively, but it is a bit limited. There are some apps you can install that give more full features. Inside the browser you can install a SSH client or use a limited, built-in shell by doing Ctrl+Alt+T to open up a Chromium shell, crash for short. The terminal can only SSH into other machines and a few other things. A lot of the things that you expect from your standard bash are definitely missing. That said, the Chromebook is great for web browsing and just SSHing to other computers. Some crash commands.
Check out Secure Shell, a great SSH client for Chromebooks. Supports saved sessions, private keys made by Google's Chromium team, but is in beta. Works great for me though. There are plenty of other options you can go with as well, but I like Secure Shell. Also, anytime you need new programs for a Chromebook, the place to go is the Chrome Web Store.
By default you have an SSH command in the very limited Ctrl-Alt-T shell. Preferably you want to use a Chrome extension like this one and make it open in a separate window, so browser shortcuts, like an LT, Ctrl-W and GT, or an LT, Ctrl-N and GT, are not in the way. Another very interesting possibility, and this makes your Chromebook among the best Linux laptops, is enabling developer mode and using Crouton so you can run its desktop in parallel with Chromeos. Switching between the two running instances is as easy as Ctrl-Alt-F1/F2. Once you enable developer mode, there is also a real Linux shell available, even without Crouton.
Once you do the Ctrl+Alt+T to open the prompt, then just enter shell, and you get a standard bash prompt, with all the usual bells and whistles. From there, you can SSH to your heart's content.
If you want support now, please subscribe.